let's go into our games. I think the first game on our list that we were circling was that Chiefs-Jags game, Brad. This young, hungry team from Jacksonville taking on the defending champs. And it really actually is exciting, and I hope that Travis Kelce is ready to go because I do think this could be one of the best games of the weekend.
When we look at what went on in that Lions game against the Chiefs, granted, as I'd mentioned, it's the first game, right? Everybody's going to have that rust that they need to knock off. But Patrick Mahomes was 21 for 39, 226 yards against the Lions defense. I just struggle to figure out who's going to outshine here. Obviously, Travis Kelce, but we don't know how healthy he is. Chris Jones is back. He hasn't played a snap in spring training in training camp. So I struggle to find where, other than Patrick Mahomes, who's going to be the standout that takes this game over. The running game here also has a big question mark. Pacheco didn't do well. 8 carries, 23 yards. Patrick Mahomes had more rushing yards than everybody, which is, saying a lot there. And Patrick Mahomes had double the rushing yards than the next closest running back in that game. So lots of questions that need answers for this Chiefs team. And is it, hey, they won the Super Bowl last year, so we should just trust them? I don't know. And they're going to have to show up and show out against the Jaguars team that is just on absolute fire. They're picking up right where they left off last year, Ryan. And if they continue with this momentum, Chiefs better watch out.
Your point was, would Trevor Lawrence come out firing? The answer is damn right he did. He went out there and he played extremely well in a division game where the Jaguars had not won in Indianapolis, I believe, in 5 straight trips there. So you want to talk about getting past a hurdle, and was the fluke for Trevor Lawrence, his last season, is he going to take that next step? To your point, the answer is absolutely yes. He was great. Calvin Ridley looked fantastic for this team, and he's going to change the dynamic. But I really think where this game is going to be won or lost, Brad, is going to be how effective Travis Etienne and that rushing attack is. Etienne averaged over 4 yards a carry against Indianapolis. He's a monster. But now with Chris Jones back, and actually the Chiefs did a great job of stopping the run last game. Granted, they tired out at the end of the game when the Lions, milked it out. But if they can establish the run game, I think that can try to neutralize things with the Chiefs. I just am putting my faith that Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid are going to figure this out. And I just have a hard time seeing them say, you know what? We're going to not be prepared, because I feel like most times they are ready to go in almost any situation, especially bouncing back from a rough performance on opening night.
Not making the argument that they won't be prepared for this game. Make no mistake about it. But the amount of talent that is on the other side of the ball in Jacksonville, you got to wonder, on paper, who has more talent? And I think that it's close. I think it's really close.
I mean, the Jags have so many young pieces that are in place, and it's really going to be the play of, quite frankly, the quarterbacks. But we know what Patrick Mahomes has and what he's capable. Trevor Lawrence now, and the Jags went in there and played a tough game in the playoffs. No doubt about it. It just, can you do this early on? And not that it's going to make or break the season, but for a Jacksonville team with these expectations, and you have a shot at the defending champs at your place, you want to take advantage of that. And that's where they got to try to thrive. They want to try to thrive. It's their division to lose right now. Like, that's just how it was going into the season. But then to be a challenger in the AFC, you got to beat some of the top dogs when the time comes. This is their moment. And I just don't know if that moment is the right one for them in week 2.